Why is nobody listening to you? Why is nobody messaging you in your DMs and asking for your potential services? Why is nobody speaking to you on email, seeing exactly what kind of prices you offer for your services? My name is Ben Alistair. I've been in the online space for the last 8 years now. We've made over 8 million in terms of sales, and I've coached over 500 people start off their own online businesses. In today's video, I want to explain to you exactly why, believe it or not, nobody is currently listening to you and what to do to fix it. Now, I understand how frustrating it is because let's be honest, we're putting in so much time, so much effort into creating content, scripting it, shooting it, editing it, writing it, posting it, and then nothing happens. And meanwhile, other people who are creating even worse content, sometimes they just put up a FaceTime video, shoot a video and get so many more likes, so many more views, and more importantly, so many more DMs that will actually convert into paying clients. So, what is the problem? That is the ultimate question that I want to cover in today's video. Well, first of all, I want to give you a comparison. If I gave you financial advice, if I told you, hey, invest into this particular stock right now and the S&P 500 is going to go double, if not triple over the next year, and Warren Buffett gave you the exact same advice, okay? The exact same stock, exact same everything, who would you listen to? Well, if you're got 2 brain cells in your body, you'll probably say Warren Buffett. And then the real question is, why? Why would you listen to him as opposed to me, even though the advice is exactly the same? Well, the reality is simple. It's because he has been in the game way before I was even born. I think he bought his first stock when he was like 14 or 15 years old. He has been in the game for 60 years and has achieved so much more in terms of financial gain. So therefore, the ultimate statement to what I'm about to say, and this whole video summed up pretty much, is the messenger is more important than the message. Meaning, your credibility and authority is more important than what you actually say on social media. And the problem is with a lot of online businesses out there is the fact that we completely ignore that part and we focus so much on the message. For example, when I started my own Amazon FBA business and I started teaching people on YouTube on how to start off their own Amazon FBA businesses, there was a massive shift in how I was getting clients. In the very beginning, my video editor is going to put up a screenshot exactly what my videos look like. They were terrible, okay? The audio sucked, the video sucked, the angle sucked. There was no such thing, a concept of lighting. There was no editing whatsoever. And I was teaching people how to start making money and selling on Amazon whilst looking terrible myself. Then I decided to invest into a camera. I decided to invest into a background. I decided to invest into an editor and make my stuff a lot more professional. And that subconscious change in my viewers' eyes changed everything. I went from making 5 to 10K per month to all of a sudden 60, 70K every single month off YouTube alone with no setters, no closers, nothing. People were just coming to me and buying from me. Why? Because it was simple. Now I look like somebody that was making a decent amount of money on Amazon. Now I look like somebody who is actually worth listening to, even though my message, the things that I was teaching were exactly the same. So what I want to do is basically to get you guys to think about and look at your social media right now from a customer's perspective. Because the number one thing that they are asking you right now is, why on earth should I listen to you as opposed to somebody else? What makes you different? What makes you stand out? And if you're not speaking about that enough, you are losing out on thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? Now, think about it this way also. When you listen to Alex Hormozi, you know, the grand guru, the ultimate business coach out there on social media, listen to every single one of his YouTube videos. Many people already know who he is, okay? We have been following him for quite some time. I've actually even been to his workshop and listened to him live. But still, in almost every single one of his YouTube videos, he will start with saying, hey, I'm an owner of acquisition.com. We've made this much money. I've got the best-selling book, blah, 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 etc., etc. He continues to reconfirm credibility and authority every single time because he needs to give you a reason to listen to him as opposed to somebody else, okay? Ironically, people who are not on social media and authoritative and credible may not necessarily have the clout, so to speak, may even be better people to speak to. But that's a story for another day. What's also interesting is that when I was speaking to some of my clients, for example, there was one person right now, his name is Eddie, and he is an MMA fighter. And he helps people, he helps leaders and executives deal with stress and burnout. And what's amazing with him is the fact that I had to go on his LinkedIn About Me page, and I had to go on his website to realize that he's actually been an accredited MMA fighter. He's been in the game for such a long time. He's done so many things, and it gives him the reason to listen to him as opposed to somebody else. Because think about it, getting into a cage is not easy. It takes a lot of guts and balls to do so. And if anyone knows a little bit about stress, it will be him. So therefore, what I told him is push that story to the very beginning. Everybody should know your background. Everybody should know exactly what you've been through, what you had to go through to overcome, the amount of stressful situations that you had to go through, because that is what's going to make you different from everybody else. AI is never going to be able to replace your story, and therefore you need to hang on to it as much as possible. Another client of mine, Jeremiah, he helps executives basically get more out of their teams. He helps them manage their teams better. And I asked him, why on earth should somebody listen to you? Because on social media, I couldn't see anything. He was just telling people what they should be doing, and that's pretty much it. Come to find out, he served in the Iraq War. He actually went into the military for 7 years. He was very high up in the military. He also ran a food chain that actually got up to the business to 24 million. Those are the sort of accolades and authority parts that you should be speaking in your content time and time again. Because like I said earlier, people, the very first thing that they will ask is, who the hell are you and why on earth should I listen to you? Okay, now, so what do we need to do? Well, it's really, really simple. Number one, just Google yourself. Go onto social media right now, go onto Google and just put in your name and see exactly what comes up. Because guess what? People will do that as well. I've had a client, Manny, who basically ChatGPT'd me to find out about my reviews, where I've been featured on, what do I see on social media, and so on and so forth, before signing up with me. And it got me the idea of, hey, like if you are signing up high-ticket clients, i.e. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per one, they will do their research on you. And therefore, you need to make sure that you are looking very, very good on social media. You're speaking about your authority and credibility time and time again. And what's also important to know is this, is that in the real world, people are being told, hey, we need to be humble. We need to be relaxed. We don't need to be speaking about ourselves too much. We need to be basically being as nice as possible. But that, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, does not sell on social media. You can't be too humble. Now, I'm not saying you need to be flashy out there. You need to essentially drive Lambos, rent cars, get a Rolex and all that sort of stuff. That's not really my style. But you need to come across as somebody who has been there, done that, has walked the walk that your potential clients want to achieve as well. You need to have that, which is why you see, for example, in William Brown's videos or various other people's videos, a skyline of Dubai, which is why you will see a Rolex on his wrist, for example, the gold Rolex. He does it really, really subconsciously, but people will notice and therefore will realize, okay, if that Rolex is about 40 to 50K, he probably knows a thing or two about what he's talking about. So those sorts of subtle things will make a big, big difference. Now, also, if you're going to be in the making money niche, whether that's selling on Etsy, whether that's drop shipping, whether that's on Amazon FBA, you can't be looking like you're speaking and making videos in a shed. You have to have a decent setup first, because those small subconscious things will make a big difference. Number two, you have to speak about your own numbers. If you're going to be in the making money niche, you have to speak to people as to what exactly you have accomplished. If you made 100K selling on Etsy, like my client did, say so. If you made 8 million on Amazon FBA, like I did, I will tell you. If you have made so much money on eBay, you have 500,000 or whatever, say so, okay? Because this is not bragging. This is just telling people, hey, this is my credibility and maybe you should listen to me for another minute or two. Maybe there may be some value that you will extract from me, okay? Don't be humble. Be proud of the accomplishments that you have achieved and remind people them time and time again, because every single time you post a new video, new people will come into your environment, and then you have to give them a reason in order to stay there. I don't think anybody has complained to Alex Hormozi that, why do you keep repeating your accomplishments in the very beginning of each and every single video? They understand what he's doing, and you just have to appreciate it. It's kind of like being a fitness coach, but for some odd reason being out of shape yourself. Okay? You have to talk the talk and you have to walk the walk. It's kind of like going to the doctors and listening about health advice, and the doctor itself is out of shape and he's maybe 10, 20 kilos overweight. You're going to take them a lot less seriously as opposed to going to a doctor who's clearly doing what he says himself. Now, what I want to do is leave you with this. Remember to always, always, always reinforce your authority and credibility, whether it's in a LinkedIn post and you're speaking about your story, whether it's on Instagram, the very first line should say your accomplishments and credibility, whether it's on YouTube, you have to speak about it in the first 30 seconds, because that is what matters. It is your authority, it's your credibility, and it's your students' testimonials as much as possible. And if you haven't achieved anything right now for your potential students, then speak about what you have done yourself, okay? You don't have to be the biggest guru in the world. You don't have to be the best of the best. But if you have achieved the result that your clients want to achieve, then you have to speak about it as much as you possibly can, because guess what? The people that complain about it will never buy in the first place. With that being said, hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.